All right, Jason. Tough one, but let's talk us through the game today.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad game. We probably just weren't as sharp as we possibly could. Maybe a couple runs short, and then obviously a couple of big overs with the ball. But I think all in all, it wasn't a bad outing. Just obviously a few errors to touch upon.
Sort of feel it was one that got away, given how you guys started the innings. 103 off 10, and then sort of fell away towards the back end of the innings.
Yeah, I think we fell away a little bit in the middle. To be fair, the boys in the middle played really well. I thought Cameron Green came out. He showed energy. He gave the innings some impetus as well to his Mitch Owen. So I think, and now if we're looking back at it in hindsight, I think we could have probably been a bit tighter to them. Make them work a little harder up front for their runs. They obviously got off to really good starts, and they carried their momentum throughout the innings.
So in your batting, it's hard to defend, but how hard is it to defend, I guess, to those big, tall guys like Cameron Green and Mitch Owen once they get going? I assume that they'll clear the ropes pretty easily.
Yeah, it's one of those grounds where it's easy to hit boundaries once you get in. I think the pitch was one where if you spent a little time on the pitch, then it became easy and it was easier to find a rope. But having said that, I think as I said, we still have a few positives in the game to look at. I thought Roston batted well, Shai batted well. Maybe in the back end we probably didn't get as many as we would like, but I think a lot of positives, as I said before, and that we can really improve on.
Just a word, I guess, on Roston. It's only second time at number 3 in the T20 side. It just showed how easily he was able to settle into that role. Yeah,
it was a good knock by Roston, man. I thought he came out, he mixed aggression with a little bit of finesse, which was really pretty good. He really worked the field and manoeuvred the ball in gaps, which is really good for a top order player. And I think he was played some risk-free cricket, still was able to get the added result. So well played to him. Just one of those things where you got a good innings. Hopefully he can carry on and get a few more for us.
How much do you think we were short tonight?
I guess it's difficult to say, man. We had them 70 out 4. And the game was evenly poised there. Maybe 20 runs short, I guess, maybe a 200 pitch. It's pretty hard to defend on small ground, so yeah, I would probably say 20 runs short.
Yeah, talking about hard to defend on a small ground, Jason, obviously Australia won the toss and decided that they would bat second. Looking back at it, could we trace it all the way back to the toss to say that maybe if West Indies won the toss, decided to chase, could have been a different outcome?
It's tough to say, man. Cricket is easy to look at in hindsight. But having said that, the toss is beyond our control. It's one of those things where it's 50-50. But they got the toss today, and they were able to decide what they wanted to do. We just got to look at our areas that we need to touch upon. Again, as I said before, plenty of positives, but a few areas that we can definitely touch upon.
Yeah, you look back at this game as a bowling unit and as a fielding unit. The field setting, where you guys bowled. Are you looking at making adjustments? Because as you said, it's easy to hit sixes on this pitch. We saw a lot of flat sixes on this ground. Is it that there's an adjustment that needs to be made in terms of length?
Yeah, probably a few plans that we can look at and change a little bit. But having said that, bowlers have strengths and things that they've had success doing. So just a matter of executing. This is a game of execution, and it's a game of small margins as well too. A few balls could have gone to hand. But having said that, that's the way the game is played. But as you said, I think maybe we could probably look at 1 or 2 plans that we have to the opposition and try to see if we can just bring our A game for the next game.
Do you have anything on Evan Lewis? See a chance of playing the second game at all? Or?
I honestly don't know.
All right, Jace, a couple of 48 hours on to the next game. What are some of the things you think we need to sharpen up on heading into that game?
Yeah, there was obviously a high boundary count with the Aussies, so I think if we can limit that, maybe cut a few of the 6s to 4s, maybe 4s to 2s or 3s, that adds up in the end. Having said that, I think our execution could be better, and if we execute better, I think that those margins could come down a little bit. I don't think we could really probably hit the top order that well. That much, but I think if anything, the lower half can probably spend a few more balls before we start to hit. But I think the situation in the game was one where we believed that it was a 200 odd pitch, and guys thought that we had to come in and go hard. But yeah, one of those days.
And it's going to be Andre's final game. Nice crowd support. Guess we'd love to see more of the same, just to send him off on a high.
Yeah, it'd be great to send him off on a high. It'd be great to send him off on a winning note, which I'm confident that we can definitely do. We've got confidence that we can turn it around. It's just one game in the series, 4 left, and his final game, we just want to go out there and give everything for him.
The crowd here tonight thought was tremendous. Talk to me about that as well. Despite losing, when the team came out, saw the crowd, what was the response? Because they were a big part of the makeup of the West Indies team.
I think all of us were excited driving into the ground. We didn't expect to see so many people here early. We expected a good crowd. Normally at Sabina Park, the support here is always tremendous. It's personally a favourite ground of mine. I enjoy coming, playing here, hearing the fans coming out and supporting us. And yeah, is a ground and a country with, you know, a rich history of cricket in terms of, you know, their support and obviously they're legends that have played the game as well too. So we expect good crowd support, especially for Russell's last game as well too, and hopefully we can ride on that and have that as our 12th man.
How's that, Mitch? Dream debuts as they come, those ones?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I was happy to get the call up yesterday, and I didn't know if I was coming here to play or just to run drinks, but it was nice to get the call up, and then yeah, nice to contribute to a good win.
A 6 with your first scoring shot in international cricket, that's pretty cool. Like, what talks through the process, just sort of sticking to your method that's worked over the past 8-9 months?
Yeah, well, I swung pretty hard on my first ball too, which I missed by about 2 metres. But yeah, I mean, my process has been simple over the last 6 to 8 months. Just trying to be really positive and put the pressure back on the bowler, and yeah, I was lucky enough that I got a few away early and then could just continue with that.
You're happy with the size of the boundaries here? You had the balls flying around everywhere. One onto the road, under the bus. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the one on the road's probably only on 70 metres, but yeah, it's good fun. It's obviously a little bit smaller ground, but still got to clear the ropes. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
And what was it like batting with Greenie? Like, it seemed like he was right into his zone there. He got himself off to a pretty fast start with a few sixes in his first few balls there. What was it like batting with him in that partnership?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's the first time I've been on the same side as Greenie, so it was nice to yeah, be out there with him and contribute to a pretty good partnership. So yeah, we kept each other nice and calm and just stuck to our processes, and yeah, it was great to contribute to that good win.
And overall, the experience, you know, of playing, I guess, international debut, you guys, pretty good win in the end. Looked like they were on for a score of over 200 there at the start.
Yeah, I think the way Ellis and Dorsch and Saba bowled throughout the middle and at the end there was top class. We were talking out there during the middle and I thought, all right, 210, 220 might be past score here. And then the way they brought it back and kept taking wickets at the end was yeah, it was amazing. So it made our jobs as bad as pretty easy. Well, easier.
And a wicket third ball, got over that 6 first ball pretty quickly.
Yeah, I thought I was on for 36 off the over there when he smacked me for 6 first ball, but yeah, no, I was lucky that Shai hit one up the chute and get my first wicket. I was pretty nervous running in those first 6 balls, but nice to get it out of the way.
And how'd you find the experience coming at number 6? Obviously, starting against spin is not something you're particularly used to. I know you see a few spinners at the in the power play, but I guess starting against that with the field out, how'd you find that?
Yeah, I honestly tried not to look at the field too much and just sort of react to each ball, which I think held me in good stead. Yeah, obviously it's a little bit different, but I think my process and my game plan wasn't too different to opening the batting and coming in at 6. We had to strike at 10s or 9s when I came out, so I still had to be nice and positive. If I took my time to sort of try and get into my innings, I feel like I sort of dig myself a hole. So yeah, just try and get after him from ball 1.
And overall, what's that sort of innings, I guess, or performance do to help you feel like settle into international level, like taking the step up? How's that sort of performance help with that confidence, I guess?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's nice to get a few, and I've had a few debuts where I've got ducks, so it's nice to get some runs first game, and I'm even happier. Well, I'm mainly happy that we've got the win and get this five game series campaign off and running.
And talk us through the moment with the cap presentation. You had your parents here and your girlfriend. How was that just special to share it with them?
Yeah, really special. Yeah, I had my good mate Nathan Ellis that I've spent a lot of time with over the last 5 years probably. So yeah, he had some really nice words for me, and yeah, I was obviously stoked to get the hat and stoked to have my parents over here. Obviously, it's a bit of a messed up travel getting to the West Indies, but yeah, they've sacrificed a lot my whole life, and this trip's only just another one, so super grateful that they got to experience that as well.
Beautiful. Well played, mate. Go well again on Tuesday.
Thank you very much.